I feel like a lot of people have anxiety about going to the dentist. I know myself, an RDA in the state of Texas, that I even get anxiety. What if the dentist knows that I'm not the biggest flosser? What if he can tell that I haven't been using mouthwash? Will he judge me for chewing on my cheeks? Going to the dentist is an activity that the majority of Americans are familiar with. In fact, 40 to 75% of people experience dentophobia. Typically, your trip to the dentist occurs twice a year within a dental office. The dentist will provide a dental exam indicating the health of your teeth and recommending any treatment that may be necessary to retain the structure of your teeth. He may recommend dental hygiene products to you or other treatments. This activity seems extremely familiar to most people, but dentistry has not always existed in this way. It really wasn't until the 20th century that the progressions we are familiar with have occurred, and even then, the most significant advancements have largely been made during my lifetime. Dentistry is an ever-evolving medical field. We're continuing to discover new and painless ways of treatment, even branching out to treating sleep-breathing disorders with the uses of oral appliances. One point I will make is that the need for dentistry has significantly risen over the last few centuries, with the introduction of sugar more readily available in the diets of most people. Especially today, sugary and processed foods are typically cheaper than less sugary options, making it more accessible to more people, predisposing them to having cavities as a result of the sugar intake. I have experienced this firsthand, observing patients who consume large quantities of sodas with the enamel of their teeth deteriorating from the sugar and the carbonation. The earliest real dentistry occurred in the Indus River Valley around 7000 BC. Human remains have been discovered to have had dental fillings and other modified dental remains. The first indications of some sort of drilling technology also are developed in this region, with many of the dental remains showing signs of this drilling. Small, precise holes were drilled into the teeth, possibly to drill out cavities. Until the 18th century, it was commonly believed that tooth decay was caused by a worm within the tooth. This is known as the toothworm myth, which probably stems from pulp necrosis, the final stage of tooth decay. People did not understand the concept of tooth decay or preventative care, really. While there were some dental hygiene products, many people did not properly care for their teeth. During this time period, people sought treatment in many different ways. A commonly held belief was that holding a mouse to your cheek would cure your toothache. If the mouse was not cutting it, you could ingest some meat and head on down to the blacksmith. The blacksmith during the Middle Ages would perform tooth extractions with very barbaric tools. These tools did not allow the ill-trained blacksmith to remove the teeth effectively, often removing material that did not need to be removed, such as other teeth, pieces of the jawbone, or parts of the skull. Extractions at this time were extremely deadly. Dentistry was largely practiced in this way until the introduction of Pierre Fauchard. Pierre Fauchard was an 18th century physician who is credited as the father of modern dentistry. Fauchard pioneered the modern concept of dental fillings as well as the use of prosthesis. Fauchard is also credited for identifying that acids and sugar can create tooth decay. Fauchard also discredited the toothworm theory, advising his patients to stray away from large quantities of sugar or acidic foods. He also warned against charlatans who would swindle people into dangerous treatments or practices, even making a show of it in front of the town. With this shift in legitimacy, dentists had to become creative with their advertisements. As dentistry became a more legitimate medical field, dentists during the 19th and 20th centuries advertised their treatments for their effortless treatment and pain relief. It was the introduction of pain-relieving substances that really created a shift in dentistry. Even though Fauchard's practices were revolutionary, they were still not painless. Dentists began using early forms of pain-relieving substances to combat this. The most commonly used substance was nitrous oxide, which was first used for dental treatments in 1884 by dentist Horace Wells. Another substance was ether, or more commonly known as chloroform, which was first used successfully for a dental operation on September 30th, 1846. Another substance that was also used was cocaine, which became popular for dental treatment around 1884, but this fell out of fashion due to the addictive nature of cocaine. You know you might have a problem when people want to go to the dentist. A shift to other pain relief drugs came with the introduction of Novocaine in 1904. Novocaine is a local anesthetic injected into the tissue surrounding the tooth to prepare for painless treatment. Following the introduction of Novocaine, many other pain relief drugs would be created, many that we still use today. Dentistry has come a long way since its early beginnings. Even within the last 20 years, dentistry continues to evolve. Drilling has largely been replaced with the air abrasion system. Microscopes, x-rays, and CAT technology now allow dentists to observe the teeth and even detect issues before they erupt into larger issues. The focus has now shifted less from treatment and more to prevention. Dentistry is an ever-evolving medical field, which even now is constantly innovating. New technology, less painful treatments, and even robotics are being introduced into the dental world. These progressions have brought us to where we are today with dental treatment.